Been about 2 weeks since I last did an update on CAT and Profit Sniper, and I wanted to go through some of the different settings that you need to have a little bit of an understanding with if you want to really dial this bot in. I mean, this is great if you're looking for a leverage trading bot that works for you all the time, that really can pick up on different trends that are going on in the market. One of the cool things they've done now is it just trades, say, on a long trend or a shorting trend based on the 30-minute. So you're not getting into a situation where you're stuck in a trade and the market switches and then you're forced to take a stop loss hit, and then you're not able to get into that trade that's going in a particular direction. So this is a little bit of a better way to identify the overall trend of the market, and that can mean a lot more winning trades. And if you get in their Discord, there's a lot of people that are sharing some of their winning settings, and so it's a great community of people that all have the same goal of really trying to get this dialed in and working. So in this video, we're going to go through some of the different things that you should be aware of if you want to get involved with CAT. Guys, welcome to another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Clover. We're focused here on decentralized applications, trading, and other passive income opportunities. So make sure you're subscribed, bell notifications on so you don't miss out. Now, the most up-to-date information is going to come from Keith Waring's YouTube channel, as well as the announcements in the Discord. So you want to keep tabs on that. I'm going to give a little bit of an overview and some of the different talking points and the things that they've covered. One of the big things that you get from Keith's last video is the emphasis on getting the premium TradingView account. So it's a little bit more expensive, and one of the things that they've done is they've cut down the cost of getting Profit Sniper along with CAT, and so they're offering a little bit of a discount that way because they want people to get the premium account to really get the results with this. When they've been doing some of their back testing, if you have this set up on the 1 second intervals or on the 30-second intervals, it's way more profitable. I'm still on the pro account with TradingView. I'm going to be using that until I have the funds to be able to purchase the premium account, and once they've done enough testing with that where they can really show a real track record of success. But one of the other updates that they've done is they allow people to have multiple accounts, and so you can set up the alerts where you have multiple alerts on different time frames. So say on the 5-minute, on the 15-minute, on the 30-minute, or even longer. Now the fire signals, which is what you need to be able to place a trade, those tend to be, they don't fire as much on the longer time frames, and part of that's because of the way Profit Sniper has really been built. It's more built on the 5-minute. But if you're looking at this, maybe like a low leverage position in a separate account, you can set this up on like the 15-minute and the 30-minute, have a good buffer with that, and just let that trade really run. So I think that that's a really cool strategy. I'm going to be playing around with that, and I'm going to show you guys some of the different settings that you're going to need to take into consideration when doing that if you're going to set up multiple accounts with ByBit. But if you're interested in getting the most profitability out of this, the emphasis has been on to upgrade to a premium TradingView account and to set this up on the second intervals or the 30-second. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of the general overview and some of the general settings that you would need to set this up on a pro account if you're setting this up this way. The first step is you're going to want to make sure you're on the most up-to-date Profit Sniper. So you can see here I'm on version 2.0, and it just recently upgraded to 3.0, and those are going to be announced in Discord. So that's a great way to stay up to date, and you want to make sure you're on the latest version. So you're going to hover over this. I'm going to exit out of these, and also this one at the bottom here. You're going to come into your invite only scripts, and then you're going to select the PS3 ribbon trend right now, the Profit Sniper 3.0, as well as the back tester. Now those might change if you're watching this at some point here in the near future. So you can see some of the different indicators. Now when I come into Profit Sniper 3.0, there's been several changes with this one. For one, it's in a vertical style right now, and The big reason they did that is it's the way TradingView works. And so now with all of these drop-down menus in a vertical fashion, it's all displayed here when you're looking at the actual indicator. So it's a better way to get updates when you're looking at some of this stuff. You can tell if a particular setting is on or off and that sort of thing. Now, there's been several noticeable changes from 2.0 to 3.0. One of the big things I feel like has been the most helpful is the higher time frame trends. And so they've also added a short-term time frame trend in this newer version of 3.0. In some of the other versions of some of the later versions of 2.0, they added this higher time frame trend. And what's great about that is it's going to identify the longer term trend, and you can update this based on a number of different factors. And that's one of the great things about this particular project with this bot, the C.A.T bot and ByBit. You can also set up multiple bots, and they've made that change. As long as you have your code hooked up with Keith Waring's ByBit referral link, they have something that goes through and scrapes that data and makes sure that you're connected to that account. They're able to make this a little bit more available for people that are getting involved with the program. They really want this to really work for a lot of people, and this is one of the great things I feel that I'm going to be experimenting with quite a bit, setting up like 2 or 3 different ByBit accounts and testing out like a 5-minute, a 15-minute, a 30-minute, an hour-long time frame, and having some different strategies. Now, with each one of those, you're going to need to set up a new indicator, and you put in the webhooks, and so I'm going to go into some of the details. I'm not going to get too much into the specifics. I really just kind of wanted to go over some of the main points that you need to know and understand with this particular project, so you can decide if this is something that you want to invest in, if this is something you want to get involved with. But so you can see here the higher time frames on the 30-minute, and then you also have the lower time frame, and so that's represented by the blue and these larger ones. The trend long are, the trend short are, and then you can see the green and the red are more on the short term. So we're going to turn off some of these just to make this a little bit better, so we can kind of see more of kind of what's going on. The lines here, this blue line is a Bollinger Band moving average, and so there's a lot of data that's taking the moving averages into consideration. So when it switches to a short trend, it switches to a long trend, a lot that's based on moving average data when you get some of those crosses, and so that's taking that into consideration. And the way the bot is trading on that, it flips it. So it's only going to be shorting in a short trend. It's only going to be longing in a long trend. And that's great because in the previous version, it was just putting out, trades based on, whatever the signal was at the time. And for me personally, I'm trading in a little bit more during the daytime here in Eastern Asia, and everyone in the American markets are asleep. And so, at least in my experience, for the most part, it's a pretty flat, choppy market. And so what'll happen is it'll get into it'll get into perhaps you'll see a little bit of a mini dump, and then it'll short the market. Then it rebounds and it turns around, and I get stopped out. And that was happening in some of these kind of sideways market. Like you can see it right here. There was this huge pump basically right around 8 o'clock or so my time, and that's typically when you kind of see the markets go a little bit crazy. Then it just kind of levels off, and it's very very sideways. And then you typically see a little bit more activity once the American market wakes up. At least that's been my experience. So that's one way to kind of look at this bot that's trading for you. Is I don't necessarily want to be tied into the markets, and the bot can pick up some of these longer term trends. You can see this was a trend, a long-term trend, and it just flipped and switched, and the price took off by $800, and so the bot is going to be looking at some of those things, and it's going to be trading in the background. If you're busy, doing things in your life, you're not tied into, the charts and trading on a kind of computer screen. This is a great way to kind of get some of these things dialed in, and this is only improving and it's only getting better over time. So there's a lot to really like about this project, and this thing is really fully customizable. And when you get in the Discord group, you're able to really kind of feed on everyone's collective experience. You can use other people's settings that have been having success with some of the settings they've been using. So there's a lot of collaboration there when it comes to some of those things. So the indicators at the top when you're setting this are going to be most likely the most important. Those are the ones that you're going to want to be familiarizing yourself with, and then you can update some of these. There is one thing I do want to talk about is the Bollinger Band squeeze, and so you can see that here at the bottom. Now if we do yes, I'm not sure if we'll get an example here, but basically the way the Bollinger Band squeeze works is when the market kind of tightens and you get this really kind of sideways choppy market, it's going to stay in whatever trend that it was in before it entered that phase. And so that can be good if you're not wanting the bot to be kind of trading or taking specific positions when things are kind of going sideways, because this is typically like when you get some of this sideways actions, that's when you get stopped out a lot, and that's when you can have some more of those losing trades. Like really what the bot is great at is picking up on some of those big moves in the market. And the more you get yourself familiarized with this, the better it's going to be. They're improving this over time, all the time. I've been talking with Keith a little bit about it, and Andy, as well as Lino, and they're really motivated to make this thing go, make this thing work. So I think right now, they've extended the offer of 0.1 Bitcoin for the all three of the packages. So if you have Discord access, you have the Profit Sniper trading indicator. I mean, if you just wanted to use this to trade manually, you can do that. And I do like trading using that a little bit. I like taking a look at this and saying, okay, we're in a short trend. I'm just going to short the tops, and I'm going to do this manually, because sometimes the bot is going to be lagging a little bit. And part of that's if, say, you don't have the premium account with TradingView, you only want to use the pro version for right now, which is what I'm doing until I have the, the funds to be able to afford to get the premium. This is one of the things that you can kind of look at in terms of maybe keeping things a little bit more cost effective. But that was one of the big reasons why they wanted the, to lower the price for people to get involved with this and lowering everything to 0.1 Bitcoin, is because, they understand that if you really want to have success with this, you most likely need to upgrade to the premium TradingView package, which is $700 a year. So that's a big cost. One of the ways that you can get around that, and I've mentioned this before, is set up an account, do the trial, and then cancel that account, and they should send you an email within 24 hours basically saying, hey, would you be interested in half price? And so that might be a good strategy. Say it's $700, you could probably get it for about 350 bucks. So that's a good way to do that. So I encourage you guys to take a look into that if that's something you want to look at as far as saving a little bit on that. But there's a lot to like about this project. You can play with a lot of these different settings, and you can use some of the back tester settings to be able to really get this thing dialed in and working for you. And I encourage you to really start small. That's probably maybe one of my mistakes when I first started doing this, is they were still doing some tweaking and things like that, and I got stopped out a lot, and that kind of ate away at my trading account. But now it's doing a little bit better with some of that. When it goes on a losing streak, it also has the ability for you to shut that off, and that's one of the settings that you're able to you know, to basically set in Telegram. So I'm going to show you guys a few of the different Telegram settings. What's great about the Telegram bot is it makes this entire process user controlled. The funds are inside your ByBit account and you control all of the different settings. And if you basically are just going to hit slash and then get defaults, and this is going to show you all of your current settings. And so these are the ones that I have right now. I might be changing these at different times. You know, I have 97% of the quantity of my trading account, and so I'm probably going to be changing that. So when you're going to want to, you know, change some of these different settings, so you can hit the slash and just hit enter, and that's going to give you all of these different commands that you're able to change. So if you want to you know, set default quantity, and so this is where you would change the percentage. So I'm just going to change this to 20% and hit enter, and it's that simple. That's all set. So everything's customizable. You can, you know, have a max loss streak. So you can set this to, you know, when you're sleeping, and just kind of let it run. And, you know, if it hits 2 losses, it's going to shut off. But it has a chance to really go on a winning streak. And those are some of the things you're really looking for. And you can play around with some of these different settings, and you know, there's some default ones that you're able to kind of work with, you know, out of the Discord group. A lot of guys are sharing some of their settings that have been working, and you can, you know, update this and try it out. A few different strategies with different accounts using different leverage, because that's the other thing, is if you want to try with different leverage, you're going to need to go into that ByBit account and change that manually. That's really the only thing you need to do in ByBit, is to set that set the leverage inside there. So but a lot of cool aspects to this trading bot. I'm really excited to really get this thing working and going, and I'm gonna be sharing more of my results with you guys, you know, as they come in, and maybe looking to get a little bit more involved with doing some more tutorial stuff for you guys and walkthroughs, and show you guys how to set this up, because this is great if you're not really wanting to be tied into a computer. You want to take advantage of some of the leverage trading you know, opportunity that exists out there in the market right now. It's a high risk space, but there's a lot of opportunity that you're able to you know, get into if you kind of, you know some of the right ways to kind of look at things. And for me personally, like, I tend to be a little bit more of an emotional trader. So, you know, like, I'll get a loss or something, and I'll you know, maybe not, you know, look at some of the charts the same way, or look at some of the information. I get, you know, kind of into a stuck mode. And a lot of times when I've not been doing well manually trading, if I look at the settings that the bot is in, or whatever that long-term trend is, typically I'm going against that trend. And, you know, so that's something that you can really use in your favor if you want to get a little bit more into this. So anyways, curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Like I said, I'll be covering this more in depth in future videos, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys found this helpful, be sure to leave me a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.